Bard's Tale, Sword and Sorcery for the Commodore 64. For me, the original RPG, first I ever played. Plot of the game: an evil wizard dominates the town. Defeat this darkness. Just plain madness. About to enter dungeon level 2. Temple of the Mad God. And I'd be mad to not upgrade our equipment after the difficulties in Dungeon 1. So let's glance at what's new. So we check our equipment. Shield rings, various armor upgrades, mostly adamantium. Thereby, armor classes have improved by 7. You look down the middle column there, AC. Should make a difference for damage taken. Furthermore, now level 7, as indicated toward the left of the character sheet there. Grinded out some character levels because boss of Dungeon 2 hits for over 60 hit points of damage. So I've upped the frontline fighters well over the 60 mark in preparation. As you can see, hit points over 100. Also, new spells. Merlin the Magician. Now has Spectre Touch. Hit a single enemy for 12 to 48 damage. So, pretty good punch if we're worried about a single enemy. Also, Merlin now has more than one hit group spell. Star Flare is one of them. For 6 magic points, can hit a group of enemies for 6 to 24 damage. Because I don't mind making Excalibur references to that great movie. You might recall at some point, Merlin had the line, "You are one under the stars." Another hit group he has is Dragon Breath. So for 7 magic points, he can hit a group for 8 to 32 damage. And again, another Excalibur movie reference. Another line of dialogue he had was, "Can't you see all around you the dragon's breath?" What about Morgana, the Conjurer? War Strike. Now she has a hit group spell. It's a little less powerful. It does 4 to 16. But she has a couple other interesting new additions. Instant Wolf. Here's a minifig from, I believe, from the movie Willow. Big dogs. So that causes a wolf to join the party. Summon wolf. So it would appear in the S row under characters there. And it might not fight very well, but it does provide an extra target for incoming enemy attacks. So hit it instead of me, please. Finally, Flesh Restore. Healed 6 to 24 hit points to a party member, which is improved healing from what we already had / have. And cures poisoning and insanity. So we're now less afraid of those freaking spiders. So overall, we now find Merlin much more augmented with attack magic, while Morgana improves our versatility. So where do we find the Mad God Temple? It's the east side of the central Grand Plaza. So let's crown back up as the adventures of King Arthur continue. Exit. So we head toward where we went before to level up the review board. Pass by that as we wind our way, hopefully, toward the center. Stray barbarian walking the streets. So now we can see a big open clearing here. So turn left here. Should be the Temple of the Mad God. What is thy business, unbeliever? So we speak to the priest. Give the Mad God's name. Only those who know the name of the Mad One are welcome. And we learned the Mad God's name from the wine cellar, Tarjan. So I trust that will work. Enter the catacombs. So now they believe I'm a believer because I know the name. Okay, dungeon level 2, let's go. Dungeon level 1. Lancelot will fire up a torch for us. Shed some light on the subject. Oh, look at the walls. Purple walls with skulls, bones. Pretty great. Okay. Around you stretches miles of winding, twisting tunnels. The ancient bones of acolytes jut out of the earth. Creepy. So we're going to make our way toward the northeast. We're in the southwest corner of the map. We're going to make our way to the southeast, to the northeast. And there will be traps along the way. I've shown the use of the Trap Zap spell to make safe the opening of treasure chests you find. Apparently you can also disarm traps within 30 feet. So keep a close eye on my map where these traps show up, and we'll see if we can avoid them. So heading east. Oh, just when I was thinking of summoning one of those instant wolves to the instant wolf to the party, a swordsman appears and volunteers to join. So absolutely, join up, guy. We are already swordsmen by trade, some of us, so welcome aboard. Now we're facing north, and we want to wrap around and continue north. South. Facing south right now. Oh, master thieves. We've seen thieves before, and they've been ineffectual. Goblin lords. Okay, let's rumble then. You call yourself a lord, do you? Well, Lancelot is certainly brave enough to fight a lord. Goblin lords. And his son Galahad. Also. And Percival. If you recall, we can only attack the first two groups. So he'll attack B group. So there's magicians out there. They can cause us harm. Maybe not as great as sorcerers. So I'm tempted to have King Arthur use an anti-magic bard song. Don't know how many bard songs we'll need, but magicians can turn you old. Well, why don't I conserve my songs? We don't know what's ahead of us here. Well, I kind of know. So why don't we get debuting these hit all magics, hit group magics that I've got. So Merlin can use Star Flare, or if he wants to spend a little extra, Dragon's Breath. Tell you what, so first encounter, let's cast the smaller one first. STFL for Star Flare. And he'll shoot that at the half-orcs, Group C. And then although those magicians are probably relatively harmless, I think I'll have Morgana use her War Strike, hit all. Because it does less damage, it still might be enough to wipe these magicians out. If nothing else, you get to see all this cool attack group magics. We saw the sorcerers do it to us before. Merlin casts a spell at some half-orcs. So killing some but not all, so I guess it's worth investing in the Dragon's Breath. So it's only one extra point. We would have done a better range of damage. But at least we got to see the Star Flare. So no sooner do we start using that spell, but it seems like it's kind of obsolete already. Oh, Percival scored a critical hit. So presumably he'll start doing that more often to get the insta-kill. So as you can see, Morgana cast only the War Strike, which is less damage, but it's still wiping out these magicians. If nothing else, it'll make the combat take a little shorter. Goblin Lord gets slashing at us, but got better armor class now. Might not be able to hit us. So there you go. Galahad swings at a Goblin Lord. Goblin Lord hits 2 times. So now we're getting more than one attack per round. Now that we're getting to be higher level. Master Thief. Cool picture. Well, we certainly wiped them out pretty dramatically. Or at least took their number down a lot. So we now have 4 frontliners because the swordsman's in there swinging too. So if only I knew which guy he would attack. He'll make his own choices. But the 3 of us will attack the half-orcs. And then, because there's 3 of us, maybe the swordsman attacks the thief because there's 1 of him. So there's a good chance these monsters can't really cope with our... There's another critical hit from our hunter, Percival. Good chance these random encounters won't hit us much because our armor class is much improved, but there's 1 or 2 things in this dungeon that might very well still get to hit us. So swordsman did attack the master thief, so cool. Ogre figurine, FGN, so that's another way you can have something fill your S slot. That's a summon effect. We can summon an ogre. Okay. I was a bit willy-nilly with my magic there. I should probably want to conserve it a bit, but just wanted to show these things as soon as possible for excitement. Okay, so I believe I just had to turn that corner. I'm facing north again. So I believe before we get to this intersection up here is when we're going to see some more traps. So it might be as early as... Oh, no! No more battles. Wolves, wizards. Ah, we still have to fight anyway. It might take us a while to get where we need to go. So wizards are more powerful than magicians. So my frontliners will all go at them with a purpose. And there's 7 of them. Not sure what these wizards are going to exactly do to us, so King Arthur's going to use his anti-magic bard song, number 6. Try to negate that. And much like the previous combat, we'll probably unload our hit-alls here. Now I said I was going to use Dragon's Breath, but against just wolves and wizards, this Star Flare should be good enough, right? So I'm going to try to conserve my magic. But wizards, again, having less hit points. Morgana's War Strike against those guys. So this could be a pretty wild round. There's a lot of enemies. There's going to be a lot of hit groups going on here. So Morgana gets hers off first and is cranking those back row wizards before they get a chance to do anything. Swordsman gets in there and kills 1 too. Oh, wizard summoned a zombie. Okay, so you got an extra guy you have to fight. Merlin roasting some wolves. What'd they say in Ghostbusters? Smells like roasted dog hair. Very insensitive line. We'd be smelling it now because we're frying them up in large number. Remind me in the comments, even though it'll be too late. The first thing I got to do is trap zap once we get out of here. Because the trap is probably just ahead and I don't want to step on it like a fool. Alright, well that went okay. So we are hanging in there just fine against these new enemies. But I should be mindful of being too careless with my spell use. I only have so many points. Lancelot hits for 42 points. That's pretty good. And a little polish off. Oh, wait a minute. Forgot. They summoned a zombie, so there's a bit more killing left to do. But this is a simple mop up now. I got my finger on the C button, so I cast spell as my first thing. Especially Morgana, I want to conserve her magic because she is planning to 1962. Started humming a song from 1962. Funny how the night moves. Classic rock. All right. Trap zap. So if this is 30 feet, I should be able to negate something that's 3 squares ahead of me, I believe. So as soon as I hit a 4-way intersection, I want to turn right. Which I believe is here. We have 4 ways we can go, right? Map's a little tricky to navigate. So we're turning east and then north from here. Get a good look at those cool dungeon walls. So yeah, those hit group spells, you really change your fortunes. It's no longer just frontline fighters gradually grinding guys out while the wizards, spellcasters stand back and say, one day will be useful. The day has come. Okay, so we go east, north again. So we're looking for flavor right now. Some cool checkpoints which we could skip, but I want you, dear viewer, to appreciate all the bells and whistles. We want to take the first right from here. There should be a door. You have entered the burial preparation chamber. Few but the priests of the mad god have seen this and lived. If I don't leave the text on the screen very long, it's because if you sit long enough, an encounter will spring up on you. And if you really want to read it yourself, you can always pause it. Pause the video and go back. Rewind it, pause it, whatever. All right, I was half expecting to be encountered in this room, but anyway, there's nothing more in this room. If you fool around long and far enough, you'll hit a trap, so don't do that. From here, our next checkpoint has another trap along the way. We want to head toward the northeast to pick up another clue/foreshadow. So we exit this and we want to get going north. Is it north all the way? Take the first. So we want to go west, north. North. Have I already lost my way? I just want to go. Okay. Hopefully I'm not lost. This does not look particularly familiar. So what I might do, just to play it safe so I don't get hopelessly lost, is I might use my... There's a dead end to the right. Okay, I think I know where I am. I could use Merlin's magic to show me where I am in the dungeon, but I think I know where I'm at. Just want to go north again. Then we want to head east, taking the second left. So we're turning left after this. Ooh, samurai. Statues. Some exciting new monsters. I'd like to be able to retreat, though, just so I can, you know. Yes. Asking you, shall receive. Oh, barely touch the button and I get another encounter. Ah, getting lucky here. Okay. Because you've already seen a lot of my cool new magic anyway, so. I don't need to fight every battle, of course. We'll save that Spectre touch of Merlin's for when we get these boss creatures along the way. And we'll instant wolf to replace that swordsman when necessary. So, I said I was going to be turning left. Second left. And then there should be a door right there. Turning east, there'll be a trap when I hit the four-way intersection. Okay. Cast. Morgana. Trap. Zap. Bam. Should be into that nonsense. Okay. So we should be able to proceed all the way east, all the way south. Ignore these doors. And then when I loop around, there will be a couple doors to pass through. Cool looking door. Okay, if you see that second notch we moved, we passed through a secret door. The only reason I knew that was there was because of my map. Message on the wall, scrawled in blood, says, "The ancient witch king yet lives." I should say spoiler alert. But you'll find out soon enough. So that's it for dungeon level 1. We just got to find the stairs, which are nearby, thankfully. In fact, we just need to go to that intersection where we zapped another trap. And there will be joy. You know your Princess Bride references. 4 skeletons. What are you feeble level 1 town wandering monsters doing this deep into the adventure? Okay. Making our way out of here. North again. Just being overly cautious now that I don't get lost. Up to here. And, so I don't forget where I was, I'm going to be turning left at this intersection ahead. Spiders and mad dogs are a laughable encounter at this stage. I shouldn't have to use any of my magic on these things. They're not powerful. Lancelot and Galahad will attack the spiders, who might not even hit me, much less poison me. Probably won't. And so, I don't want to waste my magic just to kill these things a little faster. Not sure how much we'll need. Well, Percival is hitting criticals pretty regularly there. So that's encouraging. Because I was wondering when that was going to start to prove effective. Up to that point, it just seemed, up to now, we just seemed like we hardly ever hit with the critical hit. But presumably, as you gain in levels, it becomes more effective. So we're getting mad dogs jumping all over us. Pack of wild dogs. Now I'm regretting not just war striking them. I gotta stare at these creepy spiders. 7 of them. The cool thing about that number 7, not only are we level 7, improved our armor class by 7, but with the swordsman in the party to help contribute to cutting these things down. There's 4 of us, which means it should only take us 2 rounds to slay these things. Look at the swordsman go, 18. very useful extra party member to pick up. All right, fine. Since I have a moment to reflect, obviously I'm a big fan of Excalibur. If you've been watching the series, you know that by now. Since I mentioned the movie Willow, I could show the DVD. Don't have it handy. But you, dear viewer / listener, do you know the film featuring Val Kilmer? Do you like it? If you haven't seen Willow, it's kind of a Lord of the Rings type of movie. Like a halfling type of character needs to convey a small object to an important place. And there's a dark lord standing in the way of all that. Okay. Can we advance now, please? Okay, I said I was going to turn left. Down this intersection, there should be a door right there. But there's no need to enter. There's nothing past there. All right. Stairs down. Don't mind if I do. So relatively, well, it took a little longer than I thought. We slowed down by encounters, but level 2. I got another note traps along the way. This is why I wanted to be cautious about my magic, because I'm going to be spending quite a bit of points on zapping traps along the way. So we want to wind our way out of here. It's a spiral corridor. I don't think I need to worry about my direction until I'm out the end of this stuff. Okay. And he came to a door, and he looked inside. Speaking of Val Kilmer, he also starred in The Doors. If you haven't seen that documentary, good heavens, go watch. Well, finish this video and whatever's left in the series, and then rewatch it. And then at some point, go watch The Doors, starring Val Kilmer. Okay, so I want to reach central stairs from here. So I'm facing north. I want to get to the south. So I think it's a little shorter to go this way. And all the way over to here. Turn south. This should be the way. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait, I wasn't supposed to go through that door. Oh, damn it. Mistake. Got away with it, though. Jeez. One of the west door. Wait. The west door, and then I want to turn south, and then I'll be out of this place. West door. Okay. Boy, I felt foolish if I had gotten my ass whipped by that encounter after going through the wrong damn door. Okay, so proceed to the south, and there will be another trap zone before we hit the intersection. Nothing little trap zap can't solve. So, faced with a choice now, as I refer to my map, we're really just pass by a couple doors and we can get down to level 3. But I'm very tempted to show you something else in the game for fun, and we're feeling pretty powerful right now. We haven't suffered a scratch yet. So we're tempting fate a little bit. There's a clue from the first dungeon level which reads, in part, 15 doors east and the Dark One's lair. The Dark One. According to my map notes, it is a very dangerous creature especially in this stage. I assume they mean at this stage of adventure. Avoid at all costs. I've been warned. I've been given fair warning. But I don't want to deprive you, viewer slash listener, of what is so damn dangerous that we need to avoid it. So let's do it. If I get wiped out, I can always just try this again. Just call it lesson learned. But if we win, the bragging rights, I can tell the walkthrough people, hey, we were powerful enough. I guess I just gotta know if the Knights of the Round Table can take this thing. Deep breath. I'm doing it for you, viewer. We need to do now. Okay, we'll proceed south. I'm feeling foolish, but we're doing it. Is there a trap right here? Yeah, there's supposed to be a trap right here. And then I believe we just, again, another intersection, another trap. The place is getting a little more dangerous. Okay, so we are going to have to slog through this. Jackal wares, I have no idea if they're that powerful. But, you know what? Merlin's got magic to burn, doesn't he? Alright. Just because it took forever to defeat that last encounter. We will attack werewolves in melee, and then Merlin will uncork the dragon's breath on the jackal wares. Haven't seen jackal wares, don't know what to expect. But as soon as Merlin gets his turn, that'll shorten the combat. Look at them jumping all over us. Okay, only 3 of them have attacked. Another critical hit. Percival's getting downright reliable with that. People, watch out. If you notice, Percival does not hit twice. He only gets 1 attack. Lancelot and Galahad. Oh, there you go. Jackalware tears at Galahad for 20 damage. Okay, so no joke. Are these Jackalwares? Look at this. You're not even dying from the dragon's breath. All right. Another reason to be conservative with our magic, because Morgana might need to heal. Oof. We've asked for trouble by heading down this way. This dark one that we're up against eventually might prove very powerful. We might get hurt quite a bit along the way. Well, part of me wants to run. Because I want to save as much health as possible. But we've come this far, I feel like we might as well finish this. Because we're going to want to gain XP anyway, someday. We need more levels, so we might as well finish what we started and just cross our fingers. Just don't feel foolish at the end of all this. This means Morgana's going to have to be extra careful with her magic from now on. She doesn't even kill the thing with her magic. How powerful are these damn things? Boy. Well, we were right to level up substantially because Only one survives, and he has got no legs. What's the movie? Write it in the comments. I'll give you a few seconds before I ruin it. Red Sonja. Just all about the classic fantasy films here. Okay. Finding mithril items around here. So I believe there was a trap right here. So that's that. And then we got to take the first door to the left. Oh, no. That must have been a secret door we were supposed to take. I got too overzealous. So there you go. You've already paid for proceeding this far. You might have seen that notification, a basilisk snare. So one of my guys is stoned already. I don't know if we have any magic that can undo that. Just searching through the magic list. I don't know if that flesh restore would actually get someone unstoned. It didn't say that it would. Tell you what. Man, do I even? Because we're not even done with trap zapping. Ah, boy. Yep. Do we use one? Because we're still going to need... Although Trap Zap is not particularly costly. It only costs 2. Now, I have to at least give Galahad a chance to come back to us. I'm going to try it. FLRE, Flesh Restore. Ah, he's back. At least he's got 12 hit points anyway. He's stoned. I don't know if he can act or not. All right, tell you what. We'll haul this stone statue around. New order. So King Arthur's got to go first now because I don't even know if Lancelot is functional. We got here 5, 6. Okay. So at this intersection, we'll have to find... It would have to be a secret door just to confuse things, eh? Okay, so I want to go back 2 squares and try the door, try the wall to the south. 1, 2. Yes, it's a secret door the whole time. Ah! I don't know if my map indicated it as a secret door. I don't think it did. Now, we can reach this Dark One monster if going through these 15 doors we were told to be here aren't just covered in encounters all over the place. So let's find out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Got all the way there. Okay, so we bothered to come all this way, and Galahad's not even going to be with us. Tell you why that's particularly bad. It seems like Galahad as a paladin actually inflicts more damage against undead than he does against other creatures. Well, let's battle the creature we were supposed to avoid at all costs. And we mentioned this earlier, that Merlin has a pretty good magic for hitting an individual, which is Spectre Touch. So he'll try that. I imagine SPTO. Spectre Touch. And Morgana's got to conserve her magic, so she's going to do nothing. I don't think she has anything that's good against one particular creature anyway. Okay. 73 points. Again, we were warned. It's more than 60. So we can't afford to get hit more than once, so we're screwed. What I should have done actually is I could have had Morgana use Instant Wolf to create another party member. But part of me wanted to find out if we could just win as intended with the party that we got. So missing this thing, because it's, among other things, it's just so, we were warned, it's very powerful. Cast the magic, it was repelled. Finally hit the thing. That was our one hope to get the combat one, was if Percival had scored a critical hit. Well, I did ask for this, didn't I? I just wanted to know. Wanted to find out if we could win. Percival scores another hit, but it's not critical. Merlin attacked in melee, which was stupid. I only have enough magic for one more Spectre Touch. But it looks like I'm going to have to redo the dungeon anyway. Just so we can be at full strength when we finally face the boss. So I'll probably have to break this up into 2 videos. Was there anything more for this dungeon level? No, I don't think so. So I can get defeated here woefully, and then restart it and come straight here to this dungeon level and not encounter this monster. Maybe for fun later in the campaign we'll come back here just to see if we can defeat this thing. And how powerful you have to be. Level 7, we seem to be woefully underqualified. So yeah, I'll use Merlin's last Spectre Touch because who's got that? We could be casting that Ogre figurine as well. Just to give the monster something to attack. So what can Morgana do? I guess she better cast Instant Wolf, right? Just to see if we can actually get this done. Phew. At least we now have a wolf to jump in the way. Can we at least win? I mean, obviously it's going to cost us dearly to fight this thing. Missing Galahad's really hurting us, I think. He's a paladin after all. For lack of knowledge of a secret door. We'll probably not be able to kill this thing. Well, the wolf's probably not going to hit, but at least he can contribute. It's down to just the 2 of us. Lancelot and Percival. So why is that fun? If you watch the movie Excalibur again, in the movie Lancelot is the one who finds Percival and introduces him to knighthood. So I don't know. Oh, we're getting breathe that. Soul Sucker, breathe 100. I'm sorry, what? 140, 149, and 140. Alas, your party has expired. but gone to adventurer heaven. Fair enough. Maybe we'll come back here at like, we're level 7. 7 didn't prove lucky at all. Maybe when we're level 13, speaking of luck, we'll revisit this and see if we can get this done. Meanwhile, we'll try this again. In dungeon level 2, we will not come here. Okay. Stone giants, eh? Seems by far the most menacing random encounter we've had. So I figured I'd start the recording here in case this is memorable. It's not just stone giants, it's bladesmen. And even some wizards in the back to vex us with magic. So quite a lively encounter. So I'm going to pay those stone giants all the respect they deserve. I'm going to have both my magic users hit group magic at them. So for now, Lancelot, Galahad, and Percival try to thin out these bladesmen. Not knowing how severe this magic is going to be, I'm going to play it safe and have King Arthur use the anti-magic Bard Zone. Merlin shall cast a spell. He'll uncork the dragon's breath. We're not fooling around here. This is a pack of giants. And Morgana will even crank out that war strike against the giants as well. Against the giants. Wasn't that a classic D&D module? AD&D, D&D. If you know it and you loved it, write in the comments. Okay. See what these stone giants do to us. They didn't start out well, missing. Bladesman did quite well, though. Jeepers. 17. Yeah, this is no joke. Getting walloped. So this battle will probably prove menacing, but not in a good way. We have over 100 hit points. And it's exciting, and at the same time, it doesn't seem like enough, does it? Protect against magic. So I figured one spell wouldn't necessarily kill these things. But maybe the combination of the two spells. There's 7 of them. I mean, even one stone giant, I'd be like, oh, geez. A bit much for the level that I'm at. This is a gang of them. Ah, okay, killing it. So 23 can potentially kill one. So I'd like to think that when Morgana uncorks her magic, it should wipe the rest of them out. Wow, we're just getting battered senseless. Wizard casts a spell. Looks like it might have been negated by King Arthur's bardic magic. So even 7 points is enough to finish off. Yep, I was right. The combination of the two hit alls. Oh, one is going to survive at least. Well, they are giants after all. I mean, this is scary. The heck? We've already taken more damage than I want to. We're going to survive the final battle that's ahead. Jeez. Well, I'm not a man of any great pride. If they'll let me run away, I think I will. Just to preserve our hit points. Okay, that was horrible. So for the moment, I'm going to just put King Arthur at the front. Give Lancelot a breather, being down to 55 hit points. Okay. So, after that foolish bravado that I recently perpetrated, challenging that Eye of Sauron type mega monster, even though I was explicitly warned about it, did it anyway. We have returned to that fateful intersection, and this time, damn it, we're going to take the stairs. So we'll begin by Morgana getting that trap out of the way from that intersection. And then we'll be turning right around that corner. I believe we want this door and then to the right as well. Ooh. All right. What just happened? We back out in the corridor by accident? This door. I don't know what happened there, honestly. This door. In the north. That was a secret. That was a hidden door we just passed through again. It was just a blank wall. There's quite a bit of that going on. Okay. Level 3. Now, it looks like we're in darkness, but in actuality, as we look ahead on my map, there's nothing for the next 40, 50 feet until we reach a wall. Okay, so the dungeon boss is on this level. Can we get to him? There's at least one cool thing to visit on the way. So I'm going to head due north from here. I believe I just hug the northern wall, but take the second door that I see. Okay, here we go. Oh, a spider decides to join us. Maybe this Black Widow heard that we slew a lot of Black Widows out in the wine cellar, and it thought, well, maybe I should be better off joining these guys. Join up, Black Widow. Happy to have you. Sure had enough of fighting against yous. It's got 2 hit points, by the way. I mean, if he can serve the purpose of just getting in the way and getting shellacked. Oh, Black Widows. Wait a minute. You don't want to attack us, Black Widows. We got one of your own kind here. Okay, they thought better of it. They thought, yeah, we don't need to kill each other. Don't need a Black Widow civil war around here. Okay, other side of this door. Ah, it gave me a text, but now I'm being encountered. The conjurers advance unwisely. More spiders. Spinner spiders. No, we gotta fight them this time. We're gonna probably get some spider-to-spider combat here. Well, I don't remember those conjurers being able to do much but take up space. So, well, the sorcerers are no joke. Well, the 3 of us are going to go at these spinners. I feel like I should save Morgana's magic. Because I might need her to heal. I think I will use Merlin's magic, though, to get at those sorcerers, because they can do significant damage to us. And then we'll just sort of wait and see. As long as I've got a moment, because this combat's going to take a long time. Since I referred to these 2 movies earlier, I got the DVDs out. Willow, and Red Sonja. And I'm seeing in my display that King Arthur got poisoned anyway. Damn it. Willow and Red Sonja. So it looks like Merlin wiped out those sorcerers that could do us much harm. And then we attack one of these stupid spiders and don't even kill it. Oh, this is terrible. Ugh. I guess we can't be too surprised that there's some real battles going on right now. Don't know how well we saw them. I'll show them each individually. Willow. Red Sonja. There we go. I have an inopportune light that's causing the glare. Some cool movies to check out if you have not. Okay. I don't want to continue the fight, so I'll try to flee. Okay. A message is scrawled on the wall in blood. Seek the Mad One's stony self in Harkon's domain. Recall from the wine cellar. The first dungeon. The insane Tarjan, self-proclaimed god, image locked in stone, it said, back then. Foreshadow, Dungeon 3, Harkon's Castle, presumably next episode. Before that, we must reach an enclosure with no direct way in. Requires a teleporter. So where do we find that? So if we leave this room and head due south, oh wait, we should have healed. King Arthur's got poison. Look at that. Okay. Allow the wizard to join. Thank you. Galahad will use his pure blade to restore the health and well-being of King Arthur, who's poisoned. Okay, let's get the party order back the way it's supposed to be. Here's what we're going to do. Morgana is she's going to need to heal. She's going to cast Flesh Restore upon Lancelot. 92, yes, perfect. Then we're going to get Lancelot back in the front row. 4, 3, 2, 1, 5. All right. Things are back to normal. Yeah, I guess I could have spent some of Morgana's magic by now in creating wolves for the S position, but as you can see, I'm still down to 26. I need my magic points. I can't just sling it around. If I have points to spare for the final battle, I should definitely create a wolf, though. Anyway, for the moment. 8 assassins. All right. So I decided I'd go as far as this door, but this is not the door we're looking for. Nor are they the droids we're looking for. And if I need to tell you what that reference is, shame on you. One of the greatest movies ever. Needs no introduction. Okay, so we're going to head east from here and take the second door. Or the final door, if you will. So we take this. And we're going to pass on all these doors on the left until we get to the final door. Take that. And you might have heard a beep there. was kind of talking over it, but there was a slight boop sort of sound, which was a clue that something happened. In this case, we were teleported. So let's refer to my map again. There could be a secret. The wall ahead of me might be fake, actually. Let me try it. 2 half-orcs. This is pretty pansy for this stage. Well, they want to fight. I don't even want this fight, even though it's going to be easy, because I don't want the half-orc to slay my wizard. I want this wizard to be there to absorb some much more serious damage later. What were you trying to do, wizard friend of mine? Okay, so let me see if I can go through this wall ahead of me. No, I cannot. There's only one door. So I trust this is the one door on my map. You never know with these these fake walls around. I gotta stop using secret doors. They're fake walls that you can pass through if you try to pass through. So I want to advance through 2 doors to the north. 2. Take the eastern door and to the north again. Ugh. That's the trouble. Every time you pass through a door, you might well be in a fight. And this time we are. Well, the werewolves are more powerful than standard wolves. So we're going to rumble those guys. And conserve our magic because I feel like these enemies are not that strong. We can kill the werewolves without too much trouble, then we're fine. Though if showing contempt for those wizards might cost me, we'll see what they do to us. My wizard doesn't seem to do anything, so maybe theirs won't. No effect. Oh, create a zombie. Yeah, we saw that before. If that's the best you're going to do is summon a zombie, that's fine. That's more experience for me. The zombie advances. Such a great picture, that zombie. So since I feel like we can handle this encounter easily enough, might as well carry it out and then gain the XP. Well, it does seem like we're wasting a bit of time. But who knows, maybe you, viewer/listener, are enjoying the fray. A skeleton appears. So they keep putting new guys in the way. I guess I should have tried to flee because my wizard got killed for nothing. At least when they attack us with magic, it's not much to get too worried about. So we'll get these wizards killed. So at least they can stop creating more enemies. Do I remember where I was on the map? I think I just took the eastern door and I was going to go to the north as well. So this is why I've tended to avoid combat where I can too, because I don't want to bog the video down with these random battles. But I guess if you never see combat, you'll wonder where the heck all my levels came from. How do you find that mix? I feel like I wouldn't record a grinding session. That would have to get tedious. At least there's some drama here. There's some tension because we're engaged in a long-term goal that could be hampered by the hazards along the way. Mercifully, it is over. 1213 XP, I'll take it. Okay, turning north. Taking this door too. So, it looks like from here I just snake my way through the corridor. All the twists and winding turns all the way that entails with that. We eventually reach a dead end that should teleport us to that aforementioned enclosure. Ah, another friend, Bladesman. Bladesman proved damaging to me when I fought him before. His type, so absolutely join up, guy. Don't be tempted by all the lovely doors. They're just gonna bring you closer to death. Okay. So according to my map, this is another teleporter. And this will place me within the domain of the Witch King. Which will be interesting because according to my map, we have to run a gauntlet of anti-magic, darkness, and traps. So his domain is not treaded lightly, this Witch King. So if we get encountered in this first little strip here, oh no, there's two little roads we got to go down. If we get encountered, it's got to be melee only. There's no magic. If we even get there, oh no, it's not stone giants again, please. Tried to flee. It's the same damn encounter we had before, which was more damaging than I'd like to think about. Okay, we'll run the same routine. And hope that Morgana's magic holds up. And I don't want to use this. This was unfortunate that I have to have this fight again. Very, very difficult encounter. This might cost me everything. Wait a minute, I'm in the anti-magic zone, right? It's not even going to work. How nightmarish. No, I'm not. I've not yet reached the anti-magic zone. It's when I go through this teleporter. My bad. Don't mind me. Really, I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, the Bladesman gets killed outright. Might be a wasted bard song because, frankly, I don't know if these wizards were going to do much. They might summon a zombie. I almost feel like I need to apologize for these insanely long individual battles, which do nothing but just, well, that's not true. They make things take longer and impede my progress, but if we survive all this, it's more experience points. And the party does need to level up after all. And even these Bladesmen are just carving us. Wow, we're just getting mangled. Yeah, these two stone giant encounters we had were extremely unlucky. If we accomplish our goal despite all this, it'll be an achievement. Only these giants were so easily killed as the Bladesmen. Boy. Well, we'll see how my Conjurer's magic holds up. She's only got 21 points. Okay. Let's give this a shot. So we follow this corridor until we reach darkness. Ugh, I was about to say, and hope we don't get encountered because we can't use magic. But really at this point, I think we're trying not to use magic, right? Okay. So darkness. And we can't negate it, so I just got to navigate this. We're going to go north until we bump into a wall. There it is. Ouch. Then we want to go east. Turn south. Bump into another wall. Fumbling around blindly. And we turn to the left. And we emerge out of the darkness. So we will use a torch to relight the way. Morgana, use a torch. All right. The great thing is, barring an encounter on the other side of this door, we should be fine. Here we go. To my knowledge, there is a trap waiting for us on the other side of the door. Trap zap. Pass through. There's a trap right there as well. See, this is why I wanted to be cautious with Morgana's magic, is that we need like every bit of it. We need her utilities to be firing on all cylinders. That should be the last of it. That one ahead. TRZP. Advance. So this is an anti-magic square here. Didn't matter. There was no encounter. Here we are. It's been a fatiguing slog. Weathering a storm of giants. On the other side is the Witch King. Not the Witch King of Angmar. That's different. So, if you remember what seems like many moons ago, I mentioned that the dungeon boss here hits for over 60 hit points of damage. So we probably need to use some of Morgana's magic to keep our hit points up. So, if it hits for over 60, then we want to get everyone, say, over 70. How much does that Flesh Restore cost to cast? I think it's 6. So does the Wolf cost 6. So we can't have everything. We can't cast 2 Flesh Restores and a Wolf. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring out the old Word of Healing, the old magic that Morgana used. Oh, wait a minute. This is an anti-magic square. Okay, good one. Cast Word of Healing on both Lancelot and Galahad to give those guys a fighting chance at surviving this damage. 66, 65. And Morgana will use almost the last of her magic to invoke a wolf. Just to give myself another potential target for this Witch King. So that's it, right? That's the last of the preparations. I don't have any more notes. Okay. Isn't that fiendish, though? Because this is an anti-magic spot right here. So if you happen to know the Witch King is behind here, but you stand here trying to cast preparatory magic on this very spot, it would probably be negated. You'd probably waste your magic points. I could test that, but let's not. Let's save Merlin's magic. We may need every speck of it. Here we go. And little did we know there was someone waiting on the other side to join us. So this wizard is probably trying to defect from the service of the Witch King. Maybe he accepted an apprenticeship with the Witch King. It hasn't gone so well. So now that the enemy has arrived, i.e. me, he's like, can I join you guys? Sorry, I'm going to leave you to your fate. If we can't defeat the Witch King, you're going to go back into servitude. There it is. The Witch King. Ancient burial chamber. Former king, now a creature of darkness. Now, mortal men, he hisses, I will drink of your souls. Oh boy. Let's do it. So Galahad's a paladin. I'm optimistic that he can do some good work here. King Arthur. So, does he have magic? Witch King implies he has magic, right? But if he is just a specter, I'm trying to think about what bard. Got to use some bard magic, right? Got to use something. I feel like I need to go back the old dodge, because if this guy's going to hit for this kind of damage, 60 plus, we need to avoid that at all costs, right? That's the main thing. We're going to try to avoid those damages. That's what I'm going to do. Bard Song 5. And Merlin will be uncorking those. Oh, this is fitting. What was it called again? Was it called Spectre Touch? The new hit single enemy magic. Yeah, Merlin has Spectre Touch. So really this shouldn't do damage to a Spectre, but you shouldn't be able to damage a Spectre with Spectre Touch, right? I'm going to try it. Because this could be a pretty desperate battle. So it's Spectre SPTO, right? It's got to be. Okay. Spectre Touch, and Morgana with her one spell point will hang back and give moral support. Oh, so he did attack the wolf. See? That's why I cast him. Throw someone in the way who can eat one of those damages. No effect, so not too big of a surprise there. So now we know that the game would account for something like that. Hits 2 times for 33 points of damage. So first blood, so to speak, to us, although I doubt the Spectre was... How much damage did that guy do to the wolf? This is coming our way next. So new Bard Song now, right? I think we want to augment our ability to do damage or to hit or something, right? We got to hit. That's what it's got to be. Seeker. During combat, increased chance of hitting with the weapon. So, Bard Song 2. So Merlin is most powerful, so the Spectre Touch did nothing. It's going to have to be Dragon's Breath. Our most damaging spell. Cross our fingers. See what happens. 42 points of damage. Drains a level. No! That's the worst possible thing. It's almost a fate worse than death. Ask anyone who plays D&D. All right. We win. So we all managed to survive. Not bad, not bad. And we received the item called... Lancelot has found an eye. So this was a very important thing to do. We wanted to just not just win this combat, but now we got to get back to the Adventure Guild with this eye and save. Because this eye, according to my walkthrough, is needed for a future teleport. I think it might even be in Dungeon 3 we'll need to teleport. We need the eye to teleport. So, speaking of teleport, there should be one in this very room to get us out of here so we don't have to go back through all that stuff we just went through. If we proceed to ahead, there, teleport. Stairs up. Absolutely damn right, we're taking the stairs up. We're back on level 2. So yeah, that teleported us from his domain back to the stairs that we used to come down to 3. So we're back up to 2 already. So yeah, mission accomplished. We have the eye, the teleport eye. And we got to get back to the Adventure Guild. So there's no actual game save. I don't know if I mentioned that, but there's no save game in this game. What you do is you remove your characters while you're in the Adventure Guild. You know how you can add characters, right? We saw that much. You can remove characters, and that's how you save them. You save them to the disk or the file. So as long as the person who has the eye, in this case Lancelot, is saved at the Adventure Guild, removed/saved, then we will have saved this progress. So that's that. I think it's a decent enough time to end the video, because it won't be terribly exciting making our way back. But that's the end of the dungeon. And thereby the episode as well. And we will pick things up in what should be episode 3. I believe I have my own sort of fun name I wanted to call the next adventure. If I can find it. I want to call it Crystal Castle. We'll see if that episode name holds up. For now, thanks for joining me, King Arthur, in Bard's Tale. Bonus battles. How about this for insane? We're back on level 2 for the Mad God Temple, with the aim to rematch that Eye of Sauron Mega Monster. And we have encountered a couple of blue dragons. The most exciting random encounter so far was the stone giants, now these guys. So I assume they're going to breathe all over us, and it's going to be awful. We're going to go and swing in there. Bard Song. Seems to me that King Arthur's, the Bard Song anti-magic actually works against breath weapons as well. Seem to recall that, so I'm going to use that. Hopefully it defends us against us getting roasted. And why don't we give these dragons a little taste of their own medicine? Merlin is going to cast Dragon's Breath at them. See how that works. Morgana, I guess you better cast your War Strike, because we might need every point of damage we can get here to tear these things down. So, fighting fire with fire, so to speak. Fight Dragon Breath with Dragon Breath. Claws us for 22 points. What will the other one do? Are we going to eat some breath? Here we go. Repelling the spell, that'll be useful. $21 points. So you wouldn't want to eat too many of those, obviously. Killing it. Look at that. Well, I guess we've come this far. We might as well finish the battle. And have some anti-magic in place. Oh, don't need it. Okay.